Hey, what's going on, big dogs? Welcome back to CGOD YouTube channels. Your boy Camera God at IG. And today we're going to be doing a couple of subwoofer box modifications, right? So I got this 94 Blazer K1500 right here behind me, right? If y'all are new to the channel, the previous setup, I had this big old box here. As you can see, it doesn't have no subs in it though. So it was originally built for two 12-inch Scar subwoofers, right? It is a single baffle, so as you can see, I got this big old sheet of some 3/4 MDF, and we're gonna basically build a double baffle, right? So that's what I'm gonna be doing, and also we're gonna be enlarging our subwoofer holes here because I sold the 12-inch Scar EVLs along with the prefab Scar box, right? So I went ahead and I picked up a couple of 15-inch EVLs also from Scar. Don't judge, it's because I found them on Marketplace for a pretty solid deal. They were brand new, like 300 bucks, you know. So yeah, but what I'm going to be doing is cutting up this piece of MDF, and we're going to mount it on the top here of this box. And the idea is I want it to be inverted. I'm going to invert the subs, right? So the magnets are going to be sticking up. It's going to be about this height, and the magnets are going to be sticking up, and it should, in theory, be booming. I'm hoping this box will sound good with those subs. I know the 15s call for more cubic footage per each one or whatever. So I mean, the idea is, like I said, is I'm going to invert them because they were meant to have the subs in them, you know, regularly mounted. So by inverting them, we're going to gain a little bit of box space inside. And by adding the double baffle, we're going to increase the rigidity, you know, make the box a little stronger to be able to handle the extra weight, as well as the extra amount of, you know what I mean? So I'm going to go ahead and take the box and this sheet of MDF back to my back patio where we're going to get started on this project. Alright boys, we done got the box back here on the patio. So basically, I went ahead and I pulled off the little surround ring from the Scar EVL 15 so you can kind of get an idea of the size difference, right? So I went ahead and mocked it up over here, and I put, you know, like 4 little baseline marks. So I mean, it's just to gather a couple of measurements to make sure it's equal from here to here and from here to here, because, you know, I got OCD, whatnot. And the rest, obviously, I'm going to mark the whole thing out. This was just kind of to grab a baseline and to kind of give you guys an idea of how we're going to do it. So basically, we got this jigsaw here from Black & Decker. Shout out to my dad for that one. And to begin, we're going to go ahead and drill a hole roughly, you know, on the inside to where we're not protruding out. That way we'll be able to start our jigsaw and then start going around, you know what I mean, following the line. And it's best to kind of go inside the line because you can always remove more, but you can't really put it back. So after we get these cut out, we're going to test fit the subs just to make sure, you know, everything fits and everything is uniform for both of them. And then we'll grab the measurements from here and begin cutting up our MDF to do the double baffle on the top. And basically that's just going to sit up on top of the box, and then we're going to use a combination of probably like some type of glue or something and some screws, you know, just to mount the top baffle to the top of the box. And I haven't necessarily decided yet how I want to finish it, due to the fact that this one has the nice rounded edges and whatnot. So I don't want, you know, just a thick piece of 3/4 just sitting on the top. So I don't know yet, but we'll figure that out as that time comes. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and fully mark them out. And once I feel comfortable with how their holes are marked, then we'll begin drilling and jigsawing. Alright? Alright, so now you can see we've got it fully marked out all the way around on both sides. We got our drill right here. This bit should be big enough to where we can drill it on the inside of the line. and that'll allow us to start our jigsaw in there. And then basically the idea is, hopefully, is to just turn the jigsaw all the way around, following the line, possibly slightly on the inside. So let me try it. Yeah, that's good there.
That's crazy.
Okay, so this is just kind of a test run. I've never actually done this before, but it looks like it's coming out pretty clear. I would recommend probably some hearing protection, a little bit of eye protection, but we're gonna send it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and continue, and we should be able to make it all the way around at some point, maybe. Okay, so I am gonna get a light because I can't really see what I'm doing. Alright, big dogs, as you can see, hit her with the jigsaw. I went back with a little grinder here and cleaned up some of the areas, like where I had started off with the drill bit, because right there, obviously, you know, I don't know what I'm doing. But here's the big 15-inch scar daddy. So we're going to go ahead and try to slap her in there, see how the test fit goes. If everything goes well, then this part is done, and we're going to finish up this side and then get started on the double baffle over there. Alright, gentlemen, here's our initial test fit, and I'll tell you right now, we did not cut it big enough. So the specifications for this subwoofer calls for a 14-inch cutout, and it's like 13 3/4. So I need to take off like an inch, or an eighth of an inch, sorry, all the way around, which would open up 1/4 inch from there to there, you know, or there to there, whatever you want to do, and then it should fit. So I'm gonna not do it with the jigsaw because I feel like that kind of took a while, but I'm gonna just mark it up with a Sharpie, the edge, you know, like how much I want to remove, and then I'm just gonna hit her with the old grindy boy, and then we'll test fit one more time. But this hole doesn't matter too much, as it's going to be basically mounting to our double baffle portion that's going to go on top. So I don't know, but that's what I'm going to do. I want it to fit, that way we're not hitting the cone or nothing, you know, or the surround. I don't know what you call this portion of the sub, but regardless, that's what I'm going to do. All right. So to give you an idea of exactly what the heck I was talking about, you could see I put a little line with the fat tip Sharpie, you know. So as you could see, about right here, you could see the measuring tape, and it comes out right around that 14-inch mark. So that ought to do us. We're just going to enlarge it until there's no more Sharpie left, and call it a day, you know. So now she's sitting nice and flush. Actually has a little bit of movement, you know what I mean? Like I may have cut it just a tad too big. The hole's not as pretty anymore, but it's still round. I mean, as you can see, the sub works, you know, very acoustic. So I'm gonna pull this out. I'll show you guys what the hole looks like now, and then I'm gonna flip it and we'll see what it looks like inverted. Yeah, so I mean, as you can see, not terrible, you know, definitely still round, but I basically just went all the way around it, removing material to where that Sharpie marks all got erased, well, removed, I should say. So let me invert it real quick, and we should be damn near wrapping the box section up. Darn it, boys, that thing looks good, man. So I don't necessarily know, but in the comment section, feel free to leave me suggestions. Do you think the double baffle is truly required? Because I mean, I could literally be almost done right now. You know what I mean? I could literally, like, this one is ready. This one's 100%, you know, like I said, it has like the tiniest bit of movement. So that actually works out basically like perfect because I can mount it in the middle. That way any type of excursion or whatever isn't going to make that cone hit the box, because, you know, we don't want that. And it should be good to put the holes, you know what I mean? But we're not going to do that. Like I said, we're just going to leave open holes so that we can double baffle it. Hopefully, you know, like I said, I want the box strengthened. See, because we got this EVL 15 dual 4. Dual 4, baby. 15. So, that's what that big girl looks like. Give you kind of an idea. Full box view. I think it looks pretty gosh darn slick, though. In my theory, or my opinion, my hypothesis is that if we put the double baffle, it will also raise the sub up 3/4 of an inch, giving us that tiniest bit more of internal cubic footage, you know. So that's my theory, as well as I wanted it to, you know, be a little bit more strengthened. The original Scar box, which these ones didn't come in but my other 12s did, that one had a double baffle, but it was basically like inset where the sub mounts. So like this flange right here sat within the secondary baffle. So I don't know, you know, it's only bolting to the first one, but I'm pretty sure there's some type of like acoustic reason as to why people double baffle. But I'm doing it so that I can run, you know, some good sized screws to really hold these bad boys in place. But either way, I'm going to do this side, and we're just like going to fast forward through that, and we'll start on the baffle over there, okay? Alright, so both holes are now enlarged for the 15-inch. Now we're going to move along to the baffle here. So this is the way I'm going to do it. I went ahead and measured. Like I said, it kind of like has a rounded edge, right? But you can like almost clearly see a line. You see what I'm saying there? So like right there, I measured from there to the other side, same long ways. And these are the measurements here. So it was like 17 1/4, I believe, this direction, 17 1/4 here to get that cut. And then this way, I don't honestly remember, but being that this is 48-inch, I think it was like 47 1/4. So we're cutting off like 1 3/4 of an inch or so, like that. To do this, I did have this big square, which came in handy, but obviously I've used it for other purposes, and it's, you know, kind of iffy. But it worked out, you know what I mean? I used the measuring tape, like I don't know if you'll be able to see, but like right here, you could see my initial mark there in the middle, and I made another one probably like right there, and then for this side there was another one right there where it's kind of thick, and then obviously right here at the edge I also made the mark there. So like I said, that's how we did it. That's how we came up with our measurements. Probably going to use the jigsaw, get a nice clean straight cut all the way across, and from there we'll be able to set the baffle on top, start taking our measurements and figure out where the heck the actual hole is at. So to do that, I'm probably going to find like a center point, you know what I mean, and then measure it out 7 inches either way, here and here and here and here, to be able to figure out what the heck, you know what I mean. So basically it's going to be some crazy mathematical, geometrical type of stuff, but hopefully I get it to where the holes line up with this, and I didn't just waste $30 for that piece of MDF, alright? Alright, so the upper baffle is now cut to size. This side came out pretty decent. These are the factory cuts though, which I'm going to run in the front. And then this one also on the side, but you kind of get the idea of what I was talking about, how it's going to sit right there on that edge. You know what I mean? So next order of business is obviously going to be cutting the holes, right? But what I wanted to do, and you guys could kind of, you know, drop a comment, let me know what you think. I wanted to put like a 45 bevel on this edge so that like it gets that curve and then it'll go up at an angle, because I don't like this hard cut there, obviously, you know, for obvious reasons. But I don't know exactly how to go about putting that on there, right? I'm sure, you know, they make a special tool like a router or something to get a nice bevel edge on that bad boy, but I don't have that. I got this dang jigsaw, you feel me? And I don't know, maybe it's adjustable, but I don't think so. So, yeah, unless I come up with some type of smart way of doing it, but I don't know. We'll figure that out. But next order of business is to measure out where the holes are going to go and then cut the holes out for the top baffle. So that's what I'm going to do. So this is how I went about finding my location for my holes. I went ahead and took the measurement from the far side to the edge. Same with this bottom and that top. And basically what I'm going to do, you could see we have our surround, or I don't know what you would call this, like the little insulation piece that goes around the sub. I took it off of one of them, and we're using that to be able to mark it. So as you can see, intersecting line there, it hits the line right there as well. You see that? And then over on this side, you may not be able to see it, but just know that it's there. I'll move it a little bit, you can see. And from there, I'm going to go ahead and trace it. And then we're going to take a measurement from the inside here over to the inside of that one once it's actually traced out. And we're also going to verify that it's 14 inch, so it makes life easier. And then get those cut out, and we should be golden, baby. Alright, so there you have it. That kind of gives you the idea there. This one, same deal. So basically, what I've learned since I cut that first hole over there is that this, like I said, I used the rubber surround to make the circle. It's not exactly like 14 inch. So what I've been doing, or what I did on this side and worked perfect, is I cut just slightly outside of the line as I go around. And I went ahead and measured. It's like 14 inch, almost exactly, from this point to that point. But right now, like I said, it reads slightly more. It's like 14 and like a quarter or so, slightly over 14. So whenever I cut on the outside edge of this hole, it should be just about right at that 14 mark. And either way, once we get it actually cut out and secured to the top of the box, then we should be able to, you know, like take a little flap disc on a grinder or whatever, and I'm going to basically kind of like port match it, you know, so that both the holes on this one and the bottom baffle are perfectly aligned, right? Damn, it's so cold. Look at my hands, boy. Let me get to it. Alright, so the holes for the double baffle are now complete. So, I'm not perfect. This is my first time, you know, doing this type of stuff. So this hole here, I don't know if you guys can tell, but right around there, you could see, you know, I was about 1/8 of an inch off or so. So I did have to shave the inner side of this side down. And I went ahead, you know, just hit it with the grinder or whatever. This side came out a lot better, as you could see. A lot better, but still not perfect. Like right here, there's a little lip, and right there. And I mean, the sub fits already, so I don't want to take any more material off. But I mean, you're not going to see the holes anyways with the subs installed. But other than that, because like I said, I got OCD, so I wanted it to line up perfect where I wanted it. You know what I mean? So as you can see, perfect edges. The top part is perfect. And I went ahead and I took like some 800 grit or 600 grit, I don't know, whatever kind of sandpaper I had, and just kind of hit it, you know, so it's nice and smooth. But I did make sure, like I said, to where no portion of the bottom baffle is sticking out. You know what I mean? That way, with the sub moving or whatever, it won't ever actually hit or whatever. No one really knows, but you know what I mean? So that's all real nice. Should be pretty solid, I think. I hope. If not, oh well, you know, like I said, this top baffle cost me $30. The box itself, I copped it for $100. So, you know what I mean? We're about $130 in on this big old box here. And like I said, the subs fit. So from here, I need to get some adhesive or something, and I'm going to go ahead and lay it on that back side. But like I said, I still want to do something with this edge. I know it doesn't look terrible like this, you know, just with the big top portion of it on there. So I mean, worst comes to worst, I'll just leave it like that if I can't figure something out. But I really do want to at least like round the edges on that or something, you know what I mean? Make it less boxy, since the whole rest of the box is nice and rounded. But other than that, I want to say the woodwork portion is basically complete. The only other thing is, if I do intend to, I don't know whether I should, you know, like pre-drill and put screws like here, like here, whatever, you know, just to attach that double baffle, or if maybe just you know, the adhesive or whatever I put, some type of glue, you know, obviously to glue it, make it become one with the rest of the box. But once the subs are installed, I'm obviously going to pre-drill those, and I'm going to get some decent sized screws, you know, that way it goes through. Because let me see what size I have now. I've got the damn Vikla all full of sawdust. Y'all know what it is. And we got this thing over here too. Let me see. I got these here, which I believe is what I would use. Ooh, these bad boys look like they'll do the job. Yeah, see, so these will work. As you can see, they will go through the sub and basically through both of them to adhere the upper baffle to the rest of the box. But basically what I don't want is, like, if I don't use adhesive or whatever underneath of this, or if I don't put, you know, little screws to adhere it better, I don't want it to like flap and like make noises, you know what I mean? Like this thing like flapping on the top of it. So that's what I'm trying to not do. But so far, I don't even know if I have enough of those screws, but either way, that ought to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and get the adhesive, and I'll bring you guys back. So it's the next morning, guys, and as you can see, it's all Frosty the Snowman out here. So got a couple clamps, as you can see, a couple of little C-clamp johnnies. The D-wall drill with the little drill bit. We're going to be pre-drilling some holes now. Got this Tight Bond 3. Y'all know what it is. I believe that should do our job here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to glue and screw that upper baffle into place, you know, so hopefully it works out as intended. But basically I'm going to get it in position, clamp it down. We're going to drill our pilot holes, and what I wanted to do is I got this other drill bit here, so I'm going to countersink the heads of our screws into the box just so that it sits nice and flush. And if I were to ever actually like finish the box, you know, like with some bed liner or carpeting or whatever you want to finish it with, I'd be able to do that. So essentially what I did though is I went ahead and I just took some sandpaper and kind of hit the edges just to kind of give it a rounded edge, so it's not no sharp edges, you know what I mean? So it's not perfect. I don't really know how to explain it other than that, but basically, you know, sits something like that. That's how it's gonna look. We're gonna send it. Don't got time to, you know, figure out anything nicer, so that's gonna do it. But yeah, let me get it clamped, and I'm gonna start pre-drilling some holes here, and we'll figure out exactly what we're gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna just run 8 screws through it and hope it's good. If it's not, then I don't know. But basically, you could see what I mean. They're pre-drilled and countersunk, so like the hole itself is small, and then the head of the screw will actually go in. So only thing left to do, I'm going to pull the clamps back off, pull it up, get it all nice and clean. We're going to apply the Tight Bond here, and then I'm going to set it back on there, run the screws through it, clean the excess, and then probably clamp it, let it chill for a good minute, and then we'll be good to go ahead and mount the subs, pre-drill those holes, and then screw them in, baby. Alright, so here we have the glue applied. I'm pretty sure, I don't have nothing to like spread it or whatever. So I'm just going to apply the top piece and going to start screwing her down, you know what I mean? And then from there, we should basically be good, hopefully. And then I'm going to let it sit. It says to leave it for at least like an hour or whatever, so should be good. Alright, so I've now got it glued, screwed, clamped, and I got some weight. These bad boys are like 50 or 60 pounds a piece, so those are sitting on there. I'm going to let it sit, let everything dry and cure, and then we'll be good to put the subs in. Okay, so this is basically going to be our finished product here. So like I said, those screws are countersunk in the top there. Everything sits nice and flush. We got the glue all sealed up, you can see, kind of like turned brown a little bit, but it's on there, you know what I mean? So next thing, I got the couple of Scar UVL 15s here. I'm gonna go ahead and slap them in the box. You can see I've already pre-drilled the hole. Damn, everything covered in a sheet of ice, but we out here, you know what I mean? My camera died on that last clip, but basically I got the holes pre-drilled. Somehow everything's still opened, which is cool. But I got our holes pre-drilled and I went ahead and mounted the subs already. So you can kind of see what they're looking like there. I was using this screwdriver to tighten them down, but it's alright. So next order of business, we just need to wire the subs up now, which should be cool and easy. So obviously they're both dual 4 ohm subs, so we're going to wire them to 1 ohm, go into our Sundown SFB 5K. So I'm going to go ahead and wire it up. You guys hopefully maybe don't really care about that, but either way, let me get it. Alright, so we've completed it now. The subs are all wired up. Everything is cool. The only other thing for the box is maybe, you know, like some carpeting, or I was thinking about like bed lining it or something. But as for right now, it's complete. This is going to be the end of this one. I'm going to break these bad boys in a little bit and I'll get a demo video coming right up for y'all, alright? Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. So far, my initial impressions is that maybe the box is slightly too small. So it changed the tuning just, you know, a little tiny bit. But I like it low-key because it was tuned down to like 31 hertz before. So now, like playing regular music, it's got a nice mid bass, if that makes sense. It excels like between 35-40 hertz now, you know, which is better than before, I feel, for the type of music that I listen to. So I like it. Make sure to let me know what y'all think. I'll catch you on the next one.